Lost the Plot, Episode 9, Take 15.
Hello and welcome to Lost the Plot, the comedy movie making improv game show. I'm Lando.
And I'm Mike. What we're going to do here is we're going to pick a genre card, a location card, an actor card, a wild card, and they're going to be the basis for our next big blockbuster movie idea.
Do you want to draw the cards or shall I?
I'm going to go for it, you know what?
You're going to go for it?
Mm-hmm.
Do that, my man.
Right, so here we go. Genre, location, actor, and this little bastard.
Start with the genre.
Yeah. The genre. Oh, it's a vampire film.
It's a vampire. Oh, nice.
That is pretty nice.
I do like vampires.
We always do.
Bella!
You're alright, lad. Set in Hollywood.
Okay.
Or is it
Yeah, I would say, is this Vampire's Kiss kind of thing we got going on?
Oh, I'm feeling it. Starring J-Lo.
J-Lo!
Jenny from the Block.
Jenny from the Block.
Back.
Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm still Jenny from the Block. Used to have a little, now I have a lot.
She is back.
Okay. And the wild card is...
And the wild card is she's been raped by a dinosaur.
Oh, J-Lo!
Oh, no, J-Lo.
Raped by a dinosaur!
In Hollywood, of all places.
I'm just thinking, so, like, in terms of, like, horror movies, like, you got things like Friday the 13th, and it has this very, like, iconic location, like Crystal Lake, and you've got Elm Street, obviously, and what if this is set in Hollywood, so actually, it's just it's a horror film, like a slasher film set there, starring J-Lo, but because we're in Hollywood, and we're running around the sets, and that's the kind of places where murders and things are happening, that, like, the killer constantly just appears under different guises, and using like different makeups and things like that.
Mysterio style from
Spider-Man. Like Mysterio from Spider-Man. Yeah,
that could be cool.
So he can come. He can
be
sometimes he can be a vampire. Sometimes he's a dinosaur.
Right. The whole idea that vampires in general can shapeshift.
Yeah, I think the film needs to start so that it's the idea that it is a vampire film, but then you discover when she gets raped by a dinosaur and pulls off the dinosaur mask as it's happening that it's him underneath. And then you realise that actually the vampire thing was all the guys as well, and that's not even real. It'd be cool if it almost had like Albert Costello meet the thing, you know. So it's like you're talking sort of stepping into like another universe with a different set of characters.
Meets a vampire.
Yeah, that could be a good angle to take it. Or just the idea that just the idea that the sets that they're going on are iconic sets that you may recognise from like other films and things. Like if it was sort of set just in the Universal horror,
that could be cool.
Kind of thing, or even better, like Hammer House or like Roger Corman's style thing. So then it was really like B-movie style.
Yeah.
Because then you can have things like Dracula, but then you can also have like 10,000 years BC.
Introducing the fabulous Raquel Welch, the sensational star discovery of this or any other year in 1 million years BC.
You see, I like the idea that we're going back to the old school vampire films.
Yeah.
From like the idea of Twilight and all that. Although there hasn't been a good vampire film. I mean, like fair enough, What We Do in the Shadows was good, but that was obviously meant to be.
One of the unfortunate things about not having a reflection is that you don't know exactly what you look like.
I like, so that's why I like, is going for the gothic horror elements of it. But yeah, it's just set in Hollywood, so it's actually just the movie sets from those things. You're just going through the back plot. So being chased by a killer who could appear like in makeup as like anything or anyone.
Just turns up as a dinosaur and rapes her. I'm thinking with this whole
who is J-Lo in this situation? Like, is she like like a rising like is she like a mega famous star? Have her reprise her role in like she's known for like horror slasher films. And they're gonna reprise her and bring her back for one last time.
Maybe like her film franchise was about a guy who could do this anyway.
Yeah.
And it's like,
or what if it just turns out that it was the makeup artist on those films all those years is the guy that was then obsessed with her, and and then he uses that to like stalk her down and things.
Maybe she was, rather than just being like in one slasher film franchise, she was just in like.
I think she was a scream queen. She was like, she was just known for like, she just appear in the films. You know what kind of film it was going to get. You were going to get this like these gothic horror films, or these very like Hammer House style, like that era of like films. I think
we could go all Scream 3 with it and have it running through the old sets of her old
films and things,
everything like that.
And like and that's what he keeps appearing as, is the killers from all these different horror films that she's been in. And
she was in it.
Yeah, so she's like, and so it's like all these films that she's been in are now coming back to life, and she's having to rely on all what she's learned not to do in all those horror films, because you know when you're screaming and you're watching a horror film, you're screaming at the TV saying like, don't go up there, don't do that thing. She's lived all the way through that now. She's got to use her knowledge to to get away from this guy.
Gonna pitch something to you right now?
You can.
Right? Okay, so just thinking on the whole point of view, like, when she's been raped and she like pulls the mask off and everything, I automatically think Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo. Yeah, that is a very Scooby-Doo moment.
Like, do we try to push her into like trying to solve who he is exactly, because she doesn't know who he is, but like she's seen his face now and she can find out, because she really wants to know who's terrorizing her.
I just really want that scene to sort of ride the line somewhere between Scooby-Doo and Irreversible, and just somewhere right in the middle where you're like, that's not cool, but it's a dinosaur. And then you take the mask off and you're like, oh, it's not a dinosaur.
Yeah, it's a fair point. Scooby-Doo with rape would not work as well.
No.
Still think we should put the Mystery Machine in this one.
Fred was always giving off those vibes, though. You know it. He's slipping shit into, like, Velma's and Daphne's drinks or something.
Big part of the end of the film, maybe there is a point that it isn't just one of them. It's the whole makeup team.
Yeah.
And she, like, her biggest film was, like, a kind of House of Frankenstein, is it? Where everybody's in it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's, like, the biggest one that she was in.
Yeah,
and that's the final scene where they all confront her as every single one of the bad guys that she's been against.
Yeah. That's why I think that's why it's got like an emotional relevance to her, because she's actually reliving all of her old like films. She's been in them before, but now it's real. So that's why it feels like exceptionally real to like her and stuff, and it's like that's why it's really like focused on like her as a character and everything. But then just be able to relive and go through and play around with so many different like toy boxes of different horror films and like like B-movie like sci-fi stuff even, and things with like aliens and dinosaurs. And
it'd be brilliant. And then you can franchise off at some point, surely. Yeah,
build it into a universe where you actually then go and make each one of those separate films. Yeah. The J-Lo-verse. J-Lo-verse. So I think we take the old elements, add this layer of like more modern style horror movie on top of it. You don't need to make it like an action film. It is a horror.
Yeah, it's old school horror. There's nothing flash or like CGI about it. There's no.
Yeah, and that's also the thing, is because he's using practical makeups to make himself look like these different characters.
See, he's annoyed because they're now like he's also annoyed at the studios because like they're bringing her back, but they're not bringing the teams back. They're not going back to practical effects. What they're doing is they're going to CGI now. So he's not got a job anymore. Or anything. Yes. So then that's what makes him furious. Maybe they disrupt the filming with the like.
I think it's definitely going to disrupt the filming somewhat.
Yeah.
Because like I know J-Lo's like going to be sort of your the final girl kind of thing, but other people are going to get mutilated.
Oh yeah.
Someone's going to get like fucked up by a wolf man.
We need some.
She gets raped by a dinosaur. I want what like death scenes. We need something like something like because I think a lot of times with like horror movies, as much as like the villain. The sort of like your actual slasher, the guy, your Jason, your Freddy, your Michael, they're iconic. It's also the death scenes. People like them because of like key specific death scenes. And while I think Raped by a Dinosaur is definitely going to be remembered down as a scene or the thing that happened that people remember that happened, I think we also could do with some other like ones where we just like off some guy. So Maimed by Wolfman, I think could be a good one if we probably like tears him.
Yeah, I like the idea of Maimed by a Wolfman, mainly because, like, you know, you can go with the psychological side of it as well. Like, you know, at the next full moon, will he?
He thinks he's actually might towards returning to what? I think that'd be a real funny, nice side plot. Like, it's very funny, isn't it? With horror, I think you want that comedic element in there as well. I think having a plot where this guy who just didn't die. He got attacked by a wolfman, but didn't die. But now he's just terrified that he's going to turn into a werewolf in real life.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that a lot. I think you can do that. I think you can have fun with a lot of the different like creatures that we've got, and like the wolfman. I like the idea of Gillman coming up and like pulling someone down and like drowning them.
Really good.
I also like the idea of maybe a cop or someone killing who they think is the killer, but it turns out even that's prosthetics, and it's like prosthetics so they look like the killer and they pull it off, but there's like a note on their mouth, like maybe something inside it, like a bomb or just like a flash drive with a video on it that they need to watch.
Maybe that guy's the new head of visual artists.
Yeah. Yeah, because this guy's just got a vendetta out for all the new people that are doing like the computer special effects, because he's like true like practical.
He's Rick Baker solid.
Frankly, it wasn't all that exciting.
I think we need to.
I was gonna say we do this like every time now we end up having to draw extra actors, but you know that's what we're here for. Let's just draw it. Who's gonna play our Buffalo Bill? Like who's gonna be like our like the villain behind
Pamela Voorhees. Who are they gonna be?
Who's gonna be behind the mask?
Behind the mask with Eddie Murphy.
All right,
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy.
You know, I can really dig this, Randy. You know why? This kind of thing happens to me every week.
I love it when comedic actors go away for a while. Like I say he's gone away for a while. I've not seen him.
Yeah.
And then we sort of like you bring them back, but into like a more serious role, like having them play a serial killer or something like that.
Exactly.
Really cool.
Kurt Russell did it.
Jim Carrey did like the number 23 where he played, I think. Robin Williams in 1 Hour Photo is just like a really creepy, shady dude. Like that's I think give Eddie Murphy that chance to like play a really creepy man, and he's used to wearing prosthetics and everything because he was all of the clumps.
Indeed, he was. All right, well that will fit into place quite perfectly, jigsaw wise. Let's do this. What are we gonna call it?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know. I have nothing.
Right, so it's like I don't know.
I like the idea of it maybe being something to do with either the effect side of things or the fact that it's behind the scenes, or something that relates to just the fact that it's in Hollywood, like Hollywood horror. But that's just really like lame.
Behind the Screams Hollywood version.
Behind the Screams. I kind of like that because then it's also talking about we're going behind her and her reliving all these horrific things that she used to live through on a daily basis, being like a horror movie actress, but now they're real, and it's about the everything being sort of behind the screams.
Behind the Screams.
I like that.
Yeah,
I do.
Okay.
Yes, let's go with that. Yeah. So Jenny from the Block and Eddie Murphy in Behind the Screams.
Behind the Screams.
Watch out for that dinosaur! It's gonna rape you. Goodbye.
I love you, you love me. We're a happy family with a great big hug and a kiss from me to you. Won't you say you love me?